want to go ahead and take a look at the Detroit Army Arsenal in Warren.
It was built in 1941 and was the first manufacturing plant built for the mass production of tanks in the United States.
This morning, Eye on Detroit shows you the work being done there now, more than 80 years later. Take a look.
We're hosting a group of legislators and their staff staff teams to discuss what we're doing here at Detroit Arsenal and what our plans are for the next several years. What we're responsible for here at Detroit Arsenal is across three different major areas. The first is research and development, the second is acquisition, and then the third is supply chain management.
So we're at the lovely Detroit Arsenal, which is right here in Warren, Michigan. The Arsenal's been around for many years, dates all the way back to when the initial Abrams production started, which used to be, I believe, just actually right behind the post for the initial production before it moved down to Lima, Ohio. And there's quite a few entities that actually are on Detroit Arsenal. So you have Program Executive Office Ground Combat Systems, Program Executive Office Combat Support and Combat Service Support. So the two ASALT formations for working on future modernization efforts for the Army. And then you also have the Tank and Automotive Command, which is actually hosting the another event today as well. And they fall underneath the Army Material Command, which is a 4-star command within the Army.
So there are many paths to get into the Army and many things to do within the Army. Myself, I joined ROTC when I was at college. I did that for 4 years, and then at the end of that time, I commissioned as a lieutenant in the Army. When I commissioned, I also found out my branch. So I was an armor officer and did armor-related things, so reconnaissance, and then working with armored vehicles, working my way up through till major. After about 10 years, I decided I wanted to try something a little bit different. So after being on the reconnaissance side and with tanks, I did what's called a Voluntary Transfer Incentive Program, VTIP, where I requested to come into the acquisition force. So now I work as an acquisitions officer within PEO GCS, Ground Combat Systems.
And so this is a prototype of the robotic combat vehicle. So the robotic combat vehicle is intended to be in front of manned or crewed vehicles so that the soldiers make contact with an unmanned system first to give the commanders and the units time to develop the situation and figure out how they want to take action. This here is a prototype used primarily for experimentation. It's on the smaller size because it was originally designed to fit into a V-22 platform, or V-22 aircraft, excuse me. But we have an upcoming competition where we expect local Michigan companies to participate in that competition to build a larger platform to be able to carry more weight, move faster over terrain than this one can itself. And this platform, actually, this prototype was built here locally in Michigan by Pratt & Miller Engineering. So I was fortunate to be part of the Uniformed Army Scientist and Engineer program when that existed. That program created position for me to go earn a doctorate of philosophy and engineering, and I did that at the University of Michigan. Using some of the experience there, I've been working robotics programs passed off for the past 10 plus years between local here, different organizations on the Detroit Arsenal, to the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, and also the U.S. Army's Rapid Capabilities and Critical Technologies Office. There's robotics works in all the services. The Marine Corps does air, sea, and ground robotics. The Air Force primarily going to work in air and space, and then of course the Navy has a large work in unmanned surface and subsurface vessels for maritime operations. So if you're interested in robotics, all the services have applicability. So thank you for what you do. We appreciate all your support and what you've done in the past. And if you know good people that want to join the Army and be all they can be, we'd appreciate that. But it's not just in service and uniform, but we also need good scientists and engineers working here on the Detroit Arsenal to help us with our programs as well.